I am taking that away and I'm putting Logic. That one. Yeah, that's the one putting up instead. Okay. Just better. I need to readjust my dice, like seriously readjust it, but I already got. Oh wait, why is it down? Why did I Why is it there? It should be here. Yeah, it's a little better. I am doing my usual Pathfinder character creation because I usually do Pathfinders on Wednesday and Friday. I've started doing Thirsty Sword Lesbians on Wednesday. Oh, sorry, I didn't close the hang on. We can do that. Ta-da! I am organized. Okay. Yeah. Fun stuff. Okay, so actually that means I don't have to nest that out, so I can put that. No, I don't want that there. Sorry, I'm trying to set up. There we go. Perfect. This is a very good vibes. A good setup for OBS, which Twitch Studio doesn't work. OBS works for me pretty well. What's that? Oh. Okay. Never mind. Sorry, that was uncouth of me. Alright, so that and this, I think. We are all set up. I just need to. Hi! Welcome. Okay. And then I need to. Oh, so I don't know if any of you noticed, but yesterday this fell off the back of my notebook. Oh, I already have a viewer. Hi, welcome to the stream. By the way, my name is Lee. Kind of more toward the he, they vibes today, but she's also okay. I'm pretty chill with pronouns. I was gonna go femte actually, but then I was like, it's a weird mindset today. Oh yes, so I rolled up a character, a barbarian, as it were, with dark vision of 60 feet, a sister to not Gilnia. Gilnia is where Dagmar is from, so Dagmar's sister. Who's a rogue and a ranger. Her sister is a barbarian. Same tribe, also half-orc. Basically, I'm rolling for human or half-orc, as opposed to, I might do all half-orcs. Maybe, they got a whole nest of them at this point, because that's what the tribe has, so that's what we did. Definitely have ranks Intimidate, 74 skill points to work with. We had 2 endurance and toughness for our 2 of our feats. Actually, though, no, barbarians don't get endurance. It's rangers who get endurance. Okay, never mind. Still, toughness means we get extra HP, and I haven't rolled for HP yet, so I figure that's a pretty good thing. Probably some combat-focused ones. Strength and dexterity of 18 each, so which is why I'd said Bard. I'd rolled randomly and done Bard, and I was like, well, clearly, and then ended up with 12 charisma, so I said, okay, well, how are we going to make this a little better? And then I was like, multi-class into Barbarian. But we decided that it was Barbarian all along and then multi-class into Bard, especially as, because she started out with 14 charisma, because the +2 that Avorks get, and then just used all her increases since to pop the charisma up. So now she's at 16 charisma and a barbarian bard, barbarian of some skill. Level 16, so 11 levels of barbarian, 5 levels of bard. And generally pretty cool. 60 feet of dark vision and and 2 damage reduction while raging. So that's pretty cool. Not as powerful as the 5th edition buff, but still pretty impressive. And she gets skills and feats, all sorts of cool stuff. She also has rage powers. She gets Strength Surge. That's her first rage power. Which I have to write down what it does so I don't forget. She also, I don't know what kind of axe she has. Ooh, what kind of weapon does she have? That's an important question. All right, all this and more coming right up. Okay. So, yeah, that's going to be today's stream, I guess. We're going to... do that. We're going to do this. We're going to... Deep breath. Sorry. It's exciting. I, thought I wasn't going to be on stream today, but turns out I am, so I'm excited about that. That's kind of what I was... Anyway, I'm very sorry. Josh was right. It's something about the lights. The way the stream setup is, you feel more tired no matter how much energy you have before you start streaming. You start yawning as soon as you enter into the thing because of the way the lights are set up or something. It's a thing. I don't know what it is about why it's a thing. That is beyond my scope of practice, but it is a noticeable phenomena. And, you know, worth paying attention to. Okay, good to know. Sorry, I'm being weird. Okay. So that's sorcerers. We were going bards and barbarians. We also have performance and spells and, oh my. Okay. We also need a name. So, my challenge to you, which is also hi, welcome. Thank you for coming. Please, name, say hi in the chat first if you can. I always appreciate when people do. If you can't, that's cool. I appreciate people who lurk too, or just listen kind of halfway in the background. Because you could be listening to anything or putting your screen to anything and you're choosing to put it to me babbling about character creation, which I appreciate. I want to share this stuff with you even if you can't, engage in conversation. That being said, I do really appreciate when people put talk in the chat. But talking in the chat, character creation. Hey, okay. The flip side to all of that is oh, right. The flip side to all of that is I need a name, and if one of you happen to think of a really good name, otherwise I'll figure out a name for her. I mean, Dagmar has a sister. I'm sure we can figure out a name for Dagmar's sister. But, and then we have other siblings as well, younger ones. There's her, there's Dagmar, and then there's a handful of others, younger siblings. Two other younger siblings, I believe, right? I rolled a d6 for it, and I got 4, so 4 siblings. Yeah. We're doing more sets of siblings, because that's fun. Oh, yes, so we get, how many rage powers do we get? 1 rage power at 2nd level, and 11th level barbarian gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a 10th. Ooh, greater, 11th you get greater rage. What the heck does greater rage do? Oh. Probably should write down the number of rage rounds per day, because that's limited. It's by round. In 5th edition, it's number of times you can rage per day. In this, it's rounds of rage per day. So, we'll open with something. Oh, there's that D8. Sorry. I just found I thought I saw something that D8, which I've been missing. It's a very cool D8. Putting it in my dice tray. Yeah, it's from the Bugbear Bubbles soap that I have that has dice in it, because soap that has dice in it is just like the coolest thing. And it's actually like decent soap too. It smells nice, so you know, there's that. Except for the the folk hero smells really nice, but also they lost the supply chain for the particular fragrance they use for it, got screwed up, so now they can't make it anymore, and they are trying to find a replacement. But as far as I know, yeah, I'm not sponsored by Bugbear Bubbles, but if anyone from Bugbear Bubbles is watching, sponsorships are nice. I'm just saying. And I'm good spokesperson. I actually like your product, and like we'll pitch it. So there's that. Mighty Swing, Low Light. Oh yes. So automatically confirmed crits. That is a good thing. At least 12th level. Dang it. Okay, so that's Rage Powers. What is Uncanny Dodge? Greater Rage. 11th level Barbarian Rage. Increased to +6, and morale bonus on will saves increased to +3. Okay, so while raging, so let's just put all the rage stuff down here. While raging, is there a feat for extra rage? More bottled anger, because there's one for extra ki and extra wild shapes. And no, not extra wild shapes. That's the one they don't have. But extra performances and extra ki, and we might need to take extra performance, honestly, because 5th level bard. 5th level bard has plenty. +4, but okay. Indomitable Will. Well, Rage. 14th level. Okay, so Greater Rage. +6, while raging, +6 to Strength and Constitution. And Con, an extra +3 while raging. Which is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Druid Barbarian would be a really cool. I did Caden. It was named after Caden Callion because, yeah. Oh, sorry. McVenner is just like the cutest fish ever, and he's kind of my streaming buddy, so he's hanging out right next to me while I stream, because of course he is. And I just love him awfully much, and sorry, I often pause the stream to admire him, so I'm very sorry for that. Ideally, if I get enough funds put together, I could have a dice cam and a me cam and a fish cam that just kind of follows him around. But I don't have the kind of funds for a camera like that right now, so this camera it is, and yeah. Okay. Strength Surge. What does Strength Surge do as a rage? Okay, write down Rage Powers. Clear Mind, Night Vision, No Escape, Strength. Add, what do you add with Strength Surge? Add, to 1 check per rage. That's actually pretty cool. Actually, yeah, there's a lot of really cool little features that only come in nitty-gritty situations, but are just, like, they make sense. That's the thing about Pathfinder, is there's more, bookkeeping and stuff. And, you know, knowing all of your features, any RPG, knowing all of your features is going to be tricky. Pathfinder especially, but it's still really cool. And so we got this going, we got that going. Diplomacy, Disguise, Escape Art. Okay, for the Bard. Okay, so Intimidate is a good one. What about Bluff? Okay, okay, rage power, strength surge. Um, uh, how much rage does she have? This is, looking feats. Let's see if there's an extra rage. There is 6 additional rounds per day. That's pretty good, actually. But then, of course, there's power attack and all sorts of other buffing stuff. Huh. What are we doing? We should... That's an interesting complication. Okay. Oh. Sweet. Take an extra 5 feet of movement. And we don't need it because we already got faster than average movement because barbarian. So we could... right. That's an important question. I just have to look that up. Oh, uncanny dodge. That's a useful thing. Oh, and trap sense. Can't be flanked. Can't be flanked or flat-footed. Um, okay. Bards don't get... Can't be flanked by... oh, yes. Can't be flanked by a rogue under 15 levels. That's what we mentioned. Okay, so... Which is pretty cool. Or be flat-footed. Or be caught flat-footed. Beautiful. Okay. That's why Wizard of the Coast made multi-classing option. Sorry, I just realized something about Wizards of the Coast, which was a company that puts out Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. So there's a lot of, I've noticed, combos that kind of, there's a lot of power builds and stuff that generally kind of broken when you multi-class into, dips into a lot of different classes. And I think that they kind of noticed that and was like, hey, maybe we should just let DMs put the kibosh on that if they don't want that at their table, which makes sense. But, another, a friend of mine plays a monk barbarian. That's why I was thinking barbarians, and I was thinking of monks, or of stacking class features like Uncanny Dodge, and then I was thinking of monk barbarian who, monk barbarian multi-class who was actually pretty impressive and cool. And, you know. Anyway, sorry, that's a different barbarian in a different, in a podcast actually called Heart of Adventure, which I'll shout them out because they're pretty cool. And, yeah. So, be flat-footed. Trap sense. +1. 6th, 9th, 12th, and 15th. So +2, +3, essentially. +3 against traps. Which is a useful, skill set. Damage reduction. To 0, but not below 0. Good to know. So, okay. So we. Yeah. So, the question is, should I take extra rage as a feat? I only get 8. And I was thinking some cool combat feats would be nice, especially with a nice, especially for the first few. So I, There was a +14. I think a power attack would be a, and that whole skill tree has some fun options in it. Sorry, there's a song called "A 9 to 5 Barbarian," which is a very catchy song about a barbarian that's only a barbarian as a job, and then gets like coffee breaks and union, health insurance and all that sorts of stuff. And it's kind of cool. Ooh, immune to sickened and nauseated conditions. Oh, can shove characters away and deal damage. Low light vision while raging. Already has dark vision, useless for half-orc barbarian. Moment of clarity. Oh yeah. Or a racial trait. So yeah. So if you already have low light vision, you can upgrade it to dark vision, either through a rage power or yeah, you just have to get green enough to see in the dark, which is kind of, I'm not going to say it's not a plausible thing. Barbarian rage is kind of a thing. How many do we get? Let's number out how many rage powers we get, so we know we can keep track of them. Because I would like some rage powers, of course. So we get 1 at 2nd, 1 at 4th, 1 at 6th, 1 at 8th, 1 at 10th, and we don't get another one because it's 12th, so 10th. So we get 5, essentially. So we have 5 rage powers, which is pretty cool. We still have a bunch of feats. I want power attack and some of those from that skill tree. Maybe we can. Barbarian can make an intimidate check against one adjacent foe as a move action. So you can. No, that fits with her vibe, actually. Barbarian can make an intimidate check against one adjacent foe as a move action. If the barbarian successfully demoralizes her opponent, foe is shaken for 1d4 rounds, plus 1 round for every 5 points by which the barbarian's check exceeds the DC. I'm going with that one. That's pretty cool, actually. Not gonna lie. Oh, right, I need to do one thing. Sorry, I just remembered that I was supposed to. I promised a friend I'd. There, that's done. Okay. Let's see. What else could we give her? It's 228. I'm actually. Uh, hmm. Anyway, so. Glare, knockback, low light, mighty swing. Which you can. Must be at least 12th level, so I'm guessing it's 12 barbarian levels. No escape. No escape. So, can move double base speed as an immediate action when someone tries to escape melee range. That is, I'm gonna say, pretty cool. Not gonna lie. So barbarians can. Okay. So yeah. So. Can move to keep foe in melee range. Yeah. Which is pretty cool. Once per rage. Okay, so intimidating glare, can that be once per rage? Strength surge is also once per rage, right? One per rage. One per rage. Oh hey, new friend. Hello, hello, welcome. My name is Lee, and I more Healy vibes today, but she's also good. We're pretty chill about pronouns. I'm working on this barbarian. She's a 16th level barbarian. Well, she's 5th level bard, 11th level barbarian actually, which is a little trouble. But I'm working on the barbarian, the rage powers right now. And then we're gonna go some feats. We're also gonna do some performance stuff. We're gonna have bardic spells, obviously. She's like cool and a badass. She also needs a name. If you have a good one, pop it in chat. I always appreciate that. And what else? Boom, boom, boom. Reflex will can't be flanked. Oh yes. Extra +3 while on will saves while raging. Increased damage. Oh wow. Must be at least 8th level. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say while raging. I'm just gonna say that. Yeah, we're gonna do increased damage reduction. We're just gonna and can select it up to 3 times and they stack, but I don't want to stack it too high because I want to do other ones as well. Oh, quick reflexes. Yeah. One additional. Attack of opportunity per round. per round while raging. Only while raging, but still, that's pretty good. You have to admit. It's a pretty cool vibe. Okay, so, and I guess that's it. We only get so many rage powers, so I think that's pretty good. Fits the vibe. Okay. 4 levels. Okay, so trap sense, a +3 on, saves against traps and AC against trap attacks, and what else did we get? Oh, more feats, variants. We already figured out the base stat. We also need to figure out hit points. Let's say started as a barbarian, so that's would be con is 0. So 12 plus oh, and then we have to figure out how many temporary hit points while raging. So that's +6. That's 3 per barbarian level, which, right? Or is it 3 per? That's an interesting question. Is it temporary hit points? Okay, hang on. For 4 plus Constitution modifier. After first level, rage for 2 additional rounds. Okay, we don't have a high Constitution modifier, so we're gonna take the extra rage because it's 6 extra rounds. Con modifier. Temporary increase to Constitution, such as low gain from rage spells like Bear's Endurance, do not increase total number of rounds the barbarian can rage per day. Okay. So that's set, but having an extra feat does. Enter rage is a free action. Renewed after resting 8 hours, although these hours do not need to be consecutive. One range, +4 morale bonus on strength and constitution, as well as +2 morale bonus on will saves. -2 penalty on armor class. This increase to constitution grants 2 hit points per hit dice, but these disappear when the rage ends. And are not lost first, like temporary hit points. So if you have less than that number when your rage is over, you are basically kaput. You start dropping in negatives. But that's good. That's an interesting, useful feat. So okay. Free action and fatigued after rage for numbered rounds equal to. Okay, so and cannot enter. Can't while fatigued or exhausted. I think higher levels you might be able to get that with a little greater rage. Okay, so does the detriment to AC go up? So, oh, at 17th level, I become, yeah, okay. So, alright. Oh, we lost a viewer. That's sad. That's okay. I'm not too worried. I appreciate all of you for coming to watch, by the way. What else? I'm working on this character. Please say hi in the chat if you are so inclined. I, always appreciate people saying hi in the chat. I know sometimes you can't, and it's cool. I don't want to pressure people, but I also do appreciate it just saying. Okay. I did want one thing. All right. Fun stuff. Okay. I apologize. I might stop doing the Tuesday night, the late night one, or move it back slightly. I don't know. That is an interesting dilemma question that I have to figure out a way to answer, because I don't want to get in trouble at work too much for slacking. And also an extra hour worth of money is nice, but also there's always conundrums. Anyway, right, so we're gonna move past the rage powers, because, yeah, so it's extra 2, so, we get, so plus 2 per hit dice, but the plus 6 gets plus 3 per hit dice. The corresponding hit points go up, because it was plus, hang on. Rage, when plus 4, cannot use any charisma, dexterity, or intelligence skill check except acrobatics, fly, intimidate, ride. Okay, so we can do intimidate, but so I can't lie while raging. That's interesting. Two hit points per hit dice. The increase in Constitution, which is plus 4. So if that's so it's plus 3. Hang on, I think. Let me just double check Greater Rage. Yeah, I think we get 3 per hit die. So that's 3 per. 3 times 16 is. What's 3 times 16? Is 30. 48. So 48 extra hit points while raging. No intelligence. Or dexterity based checks. Except acrobatics. So we can fly while raging. So if wizard casts fly on you, you can fly while. If you have a wizard in your party, that is a useful thing to know. Or, since fly is just. Since concentration isn't a thing and you can't not maintain. Means you can maintain your spells. They last while you rage. You can. Okay. So if you're a wizard barbarian multiclass, what you could do is cast fly, go up, rage, and then be a raging flying barbarian. Or you could just have a party wizard or sorcerer cast fly on you. Might be another worth. Acrobatics, ride, intimidate, and fly, which would be a pretty cool move. Or if you had an item that let you fly, but like, I feel like that falls into the patience or concentration thing, which means you'd have to activate it before you started flying, because before you started raging. Obviously, you'd have to activate an item that you fly before you started flying. That would be a given. Interesting, worth noting. So 40 extra hit points, and anything else while raging? -2 AC, and can end as a end as a free action. But fatigued for 2 times rounds raged, and can't can't rage while fatigued. Okay. So, that's worth important noting. Oh, hey, my viewer count went up again. I mean, I'm sure that it's not always accurate. Sometimes there's more people viewing me than the thing shows. I've had that happen multiple times. But it's still nice to know that people are watching. I do appreciate all of you who came to hang out. I know there aren't many of you, but I still appreciate it. So that's a thing. Okay, we got the extra rage. Okay, let's. Yes. Okay. Bardic stuff goes on the back. Right next to our other nameless character who's from a different RPG, who I still need to name later. But first, Bard spells. Spell slots. Okay, spell slots, spells known. Spell slots. How many spell slots do we have? That's an important question. Because she's also a bard. I would say you can't cast spells while raging, but performance. An interesting question. That is an interesting question. Or whether you can enter and leave rage in the same combat, but how many rounds per rage? That's an important question. How many rounds of rage per day? 4 plus con mod, 2 additional rounds at each level after first, 2 additional rounds. So 4 plus con modifier, so that's 4 altogether. 2 more per level. So how many levels do we have? On this page. How many levels do we have? Barbarian is 11. So 10. So 20 plus 4 is 24 plus 6 is 30 rounds per day. $30 rounds of rage per day. It's plenty actually. But as you grow stronger and tougher, things start to, get harder to beat and more likely to encounter stuff. There's a spot. Sorry, McVenner has a spot on his tail, and if he swims going in the right direction, I can see it, and I'm very distracted. Okay, so bards can cast. Well, hang on. Light armor and use a shield. So I'm thinking. I know it's not traditional for barbarian, but I'm thinking light armor because we don't get an unarmored defense penalty bonus the way you do in 5th edition and D&D, and honestly, with a +4 bonus, the strength or dexterity is not going to be that bad. So maybe studded leather with like cool spikes could fit her aesthetic. I'm going to say that real quick. She's wearing studded leather armor. I just thought of that when I was looking through proficiencies. I was like, wait a second. Sorry, my eye very much itches. Studded leather armor. Oh wow. Where's the dexterity? And anyway, also figure out spell slots and bard. Here we go. Bards. A 5th level bard. Ooh, lore master. That's a useful one. 4 first levels and 2 second levels. But with a 16 charisma, we might get a few extra. Maybe? With the 16 charisma, 1 extra each. So it's 5 and so it's 5 and 3. 5 first levels, 3 second levels. Yeah. Another thing that's wonky with Pathfinder First Edition is that bards are not really full casters. So, they can only get up to 6 level spells, and also you get 2 deadly performance, which is but Bardic Inspiration is way more powerful. Bardic Performance is way more powerful compared to the paltry inspiration you get from 5th edition. So, like, you know, it's way more of a thing. So you get more options. Deadly Performance, that's at 20th level. Which Dirge of Doom, that is really cool ability. Doesn't get it for another 3 levels, so could end up as a bard with like 1 more barbarian level and then the rest bard to get Dirge of Doom. But, you know, that would be another rage power, and it'd be an interesting play when gathered. I think if we were gonna, I'm very sorry, green character to level 20, which I don't think we're gonna do, because honestly, this is not what I tend to do with my characters. I tend to have more static builds and then occasionally pull them out to use them for various showcases, which you saw. We had the Spousal Showdown, and then we had, of course, our epic fight against the Flail Snail. Maybe I'll have a moth. That mini could be cool, because it's one of the few cool minis I have. Maybe if I got a really cool mini, I could show off, but that is interesting. Okay, so 5 first level and 3 second level. Spells known. How many spells known? Which does not... so it's a 5th level bard, right? Yeah, she's a 5th level bard. So, we get 6 cantrips, 4 first levels, 3 second levels. Okay, so cantrips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 first levels. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 3 second levels. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's good to know. I don't know what spell. Well, let's see what spells. What do they what performances do we get? Ooh, Inspire Courage goes up to +2, and Inspire Competence +2. Plus, we get 1 more Master per day, and Countersong, and all sorts of other. So I'm gonna write this down. Okay, Inspire Courage goes up to +2, so it's +2 on attack and damage roll. And then that's Inspire Competence. Is +2 on skill checks. Not stealth, but oh, and rounds of performance per day. That we should figure out how many we have. Whether we want to take the feat for extra or save the feat for combat ones. There's a lot to decide on that. So let's look into it. Let's see what we got. Move instead of a standard action. So it's a standard action to start. D8 for hit die. So D8 is... so we have 5D8 and 10D12 plus 12 overall for the hit points, which I should probably roll at some point. I'm sorry. There's something about being in front of the screen and also a lot of other stuff. So we're gonna and we also have to do skills and find other feats. We're definitely gonna take at least one more what's the word? Day to actually flesh out this character. One more session, one more character creation session to actually flesh out this character, which is cool. Oh, right, I promised my mother I'd do that. I'll do that after the stream. My plan for after the stream, I'm going to end the stream at 3 o'clock because I do have to get to work. And I have to leave at 4, but I actually have to get on the bus at 4, and if the bus comes early, I should probably be at the bus station by like 3:45, and then I'm leaving here by 3:30, and that means, and I still have prep and stuff I need to do, and I would like to eat something, and there's a whole host of reasons. But I'm going to end the stream at 3, but I really do appreciate you all coming. But, let's see. Spell, how many rounds per day? That's the first thing we're going to do. Oh. Half knowledge to all knowledge skill checks, and can make any knowledge skill checks. So that's 2. Plus 2 to all knowledge skill checks. I should write that down. Right. Bardic weapon armor efficiency, spells, bardic knowledge, bardic 4 plus charisma modifier. 4 plus charisma is, hang on. Let's see. Charisma modifier is plus 3. So that's 7 plus 2 additional rounds per day, so that's 4, that's 8. So 7 plus 8 is 15 rounds per day of performance. 15. Okay. I would say that's enough, just because if her vibe is more fighting than the music, so she's probably going to end up doing more fighting than music anyway, so I'm thinking 15 is good for now. Well, we'll see what other feats she wants to get, and then maybe for the last feat could snag extra performance, depending on what other feats we want as part of that. It's 15 rounds a day. What other kind of performance can we do? Distraction. Distraction. Performance check. Instead of save for herself and allies. So that's pretty good. Yeah. Competence. Oh, and fascinate. And fascinate. How many creatures can we target? For every level, 3 levels, Bard is obtained beyond first. 2 creatures. 2 creatures. Will save. DC is 10 plus 2 is 12. 15. Okay. So that's just some other things we can do with performance. I usually tend to use Inspire Performance for courage and for competence, simply because that's the role most of my bards tend to play, but interesting. Okay. Yeah. And all right. Oh, can take. Any one knowledge check per day. So you can choose to just take 10. So, if you have a decent bonus to it, you could get you guarantee success just by just saying, you know what, I probably know a little bit about this, but average, and just do Lore Master, and that, of course, doesn't even have to be one you're proficient in, but with a 0 plus 0 intelligence, you're not going to get much with a 10, so yeah. Let me see something real quick. No? Hang on a sec. What are we... if Keela isn't online, because I had this whole epic thing that I was planning to do, for the thing, yeah. Let me just do one thing. While I wait for Kayla to answer, boom. I'm gonna do that, and then see if I can get an answer out of Kayla. If not, there's this place, this stream called Brush for Hire that'd be really cool to raid into. I mean, I don't think there's that many of you, and you guys absolutely don't have to come, but both channels are really cool, and I would love to raid into them with you. Yeah, thanks for coming to the stream. I always enjoy having you here. So do I have any? I have that. I have 1d8 and 2d12s here, so we'd obviously need more if we were gonna. There's a whole method of getting. Also, put your dice with the highest side up, because that's an important factor in keeping them with good vibes. Yeah. Anytime you just leave dice in their tray, you want to put the highest number facing up. That way the luck, it gets used to being in that position. and it just vibes better. There's a whole principle to it. I think there's some scientific evidence that there's infinitesimally small actual science behind it, and it's mostly just vibes, and which is, of course, the important thing in just general. When it comes to D&D, let me just check that. Alright, so that's that. What I wanted to do as well, though, was, alright, I have some interesting. Why don't I go look at the spell list? Because we get a few, and I want to see what I might be able to get. If Kayla isn't back within the next, say, 5 minutes, I'm going to assume that she's not streaming and... Ooh, message. Absolutely taking message. Sorry, that's a really good spell to have. Just a really useful spell to have. And I am... Boom, 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 boom. Third level bard, 0 level. Okay, so, lights, would light be a good spell? Now that's an interesting question. Because the question of whether light would be a good spell or not, depends entirely on whether or not you fight alongside humans. If you have dark vision anyway, it's a terrible idea to create light. For most things. Unless you want to see something clearly. But for a fight, when you can... see well enough to hit your opponents in the dark, that's definitely what you want to do. Ghost sounds, no direction. Might be a useful spell for it, actually. Mending, open, close, prestidigitation, Belmont resistance, summon instrument is a cool one, but honestly, not worth. So, what do we got? There's Lullaby. Make subject drowsy. -5 on perception checks. That's a useful spell. -2 on will saves against sleep. Flare. Dazzles one creature. That's a useful one. Ghost sounds. Ooh, that'd be a fun one. I mean, you couldn't use it during combat, but I think ghost sounds, detect magic, dancing lights, for sure mending. I don't feel like Mage Hand is really her vibe, so, detect magic. That's a good one. Oh, I could write a detect magic poem. That would be fun. That little poem you recite when you want to know if there's any magic around. That would be a fun thing to write. And as a verbal component for Bardic Spell. And I'm so sorry. I also have to go to work in a few minutes, and I don't wanna. Alright, but still, it's good to know. Resistance. That's a really good. Which you can give someone +1 on saving throws. That's a really good one to use. Flare is... Yeah, I'd say no direction and dancing lights. Hey, we got our cantrips figured out, so that's pretty cool. Do also want to roll for hit points, but I feel like that's a... Like, we have to roll for hit points, we have to figure out the rest of the feats. Okay. And, if, alright. I am going to... That, yes. Okay, so... I think that's about it for today. I thank you for coming to the stream. We're actually going to end the stream now. I really appreciate it. Killer's not getting back to me, so I guess... not streaming is... Well, let's just try one more thing. Before I, early. Okay. So we'll raid into Brush for Hire. You know what? That's what we're gonna do. Let's do it. Alright. We're raiding in. And, I guess just one of you is coming with me, so that's fun.